Okay, so despite my problem, oh man, I can't believe that happened. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the bandsaw. I'm gonna do a very rough cutout of this neck profile. And then I'm gonna stop here because this area, I'm gonna get rid of all that. I'm gonna try to glue in a piece of purple art here. Now that purple heart will kind of give the volute a cool shape and probably go to about there or more. I haven't quite decided yet. Either way, I rushed this morning and I probably should have done all of this by hand or just bandsawed it, kept it nice and simple. But I didn't. So let's fix this and call it a custom part. Let's go. Fingers crossed. We're gonna just trim that a little big to about here. So I'm gonna do an initial cut here, stop bigger than I need to. All right, to repair this thing, I need to cut some chunks out so I can glue in a new piece. That'll help thicken this up a little bit for any error. Then I'll just have to kind of transition that to here in a nice way so that I can blend the two together. I don't want to have end grain glued to end grain, so I might just get a bigger piece and do the edge to the edge. We'll figure that out in a little bit. Either way, this has to go. Maybe even back to here, but we're going to do a little bit at a time. I'm going to try to do an angle here, and then it's going to go to a bit of a V, like this, a very shallow V. It's like here, up, down. And then I'm going to get another piece that I'm going to carve that negative into, and that's going to get glued down kind of like a scarf joint. Yeah, we're going to give this a try. I still have a little bit more to go right there. I don't want to hit where my truss rod's going to go. I still have a little bit of space there. Keep on going. Okay, so after that issue, I attempted a patch job with a piece of purple heart. You can see that it kind of up into a V, and then I did the same thing in the neck. And I have glued a whole bunch of thin veneer pieces in there to help with the bending. So let's hope that the glue and all the things worked. And maybe I don't have to throw this neck away and start over again. This is what it looks like when it's done. And yes, the patch job worked. So I did the cut and a lot of sanding in the neck. I got the exact same or pretty close to it profile with this piece of wood as a patch, and then a whole 4 pieces of veneer with as much glue as I could get in there. I'll give this a trim and we'll see if I'm able to save this thing. Now I'm going to sand or route it flush. So this time, instead of using the table saw, I'm going to follow my lines, rough cut, and sand. I still got some space here from my original plan going from just behind the nut down. I'm then going to measure this so that the thickness from that line is about 14 millimeters. I'll get this maple, this color, and a little bit of Purple Heart for the back of the headstock. I'll do this cut after I've figured out the top, and then I'll make it actually parallel and not destroy it this time. I'll make sure there's enough room for that volute. Yeah, it's gonna work better this time. I made a mistake yesterday, and well, I've patched it up with some Purple Heart, a couple layers of veneer, and I've been slowly working at getting my rough down. I don't want to cut too deep because, you know, there's a truss rod in there. My next job on this neck is to get a profile. I have my rough lines that I'm going to try to get to. I got my cool angle. I'm going to do a 3 degree for where it meets the body. And it's looking decent. Got lots of sanding to do. I'm pretty proud of this little thing I got going on. For the tuners, I believe what I'm hoping to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, just for having them face in the right direction. A couple things that I want to try to do next on the neck before it's ready to be, you know, done. I've got some shaping to do. I have some things that I'm gonna use to help with those shapes. More things to help with those shapes. And really, I don't have a specific order. Now the top looks pretty good. I still have to sand this down after that rough bandsaw and the sanding machine, but it's still a little bit bumpy. I need to prepare the area where I'm gonna be putting my nut, and I may need to actually put a shim underneath. I'm not sure if my nut's gonna be tall enough. I have to measure that. I don't think I'm gonna add a piece of veneer or anything to the top. I really like this stripe, and unfortunately you can't see it anymore because I have a Purple Heart piece on there. My repair job worked out pretty seamless, and that is gonna leave me enough room to go up, add a volute, come up again a little bit, and then I'm gonna get my thickness at about 0.6 inches. I don't know, what is that in metric? Whatever it is. So, got some carving things to do there. Before I can do the top, and that's what I'm going to be doing with my radius block, I'll add a piece of sandpaper and do the thing. That's going to be one of my last steps for the neck. I need to deal with this ugly looking thing right here. This is very rough. You can see I have my 4 degree, which still needs a little bit of cleanup. My 4 degree there, it's going to be a little scoop. And then this height difference slowly gets smaller, 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 all the way to here to, again, where you see the volute, down and over. I don't have templates for this part other than that side view. This is all going to be done with some hand tools, and I might cheat a little bit and throw this on my angle grinder just to take off some of the material quickly. But most of the back here is all going to be done by hand with a file, with a rasp, and a whole lot of sandpaper. Oh, and of course, these. At first fret, I'm going to keep going till that fits. 12th fret, keep going till that fits. Should be good. Somebody want this template? Should I put that on my website? Comment down below. Should I upload this to my website? or should I charge money for it? I don't know. Haven't decided yet. So I'm going to be using files, rasps, you know, stuff to take wood off of this for the fine work. I have my template. Now I'll keep going until it fits and lines up. I'll hold it here to get my initial depth. I don't want to go too deep. I definitely don't want to go any deeper than that. Same thing for first. Let's start with here and get rid of some material a little quicker. I'm going to try something different than just the bandsaw right now. Got a small angle grinder with a flat disc on it. Let's see how much dust we can throw with this. Now, you could do that the whole time with one of these, but that was what? 10 seconds? I don't want to go all the way to my final depth with this because it's a little bit rough, but I'll get it really, really close. And then we'll start using smoother tools, files, sandpaper, stuff like that. Now here's about my final depth, but that's in the middle. The depth on the edge is going to be closer to here because it's going to be creating that C shape. So you can see where it's going to be about there or so. So I can keep going a little bit more here on an angle. And I can even add some lines. Maybe add some lines so I don't go past there. Almost to here actually. It's still a little bit more curve around that area, so I'm definitely not going to go any further than that with the file. And just keep on going. So you can see it's almost getting there. You're looking for those gaps, a little bit of light there. So I'm going to start taking off the edges here so it slowly comes down. I've got about 3 millimeters, 1/8 of an inch or so there, but it's still not quite down to where the fretboard's going to be. But I like getting that shape and then slowly working my way down. I'm going to get that done on the 12th, and then also get that done at the 1st. Once those two are done, I need to blend from here to there. I added a 6th fret profile, so let's quickly do that one too before we do more of the neck. The more templates the better. Beauty. So I took a little break from carving the neck to go make another template. So now I have 1, 12, and 6. Once I have at least 1 and 12 done, I'll do 6, but I'm not going to go all the way. I'm just going to go down to its rough depth. Then I'm going to go ahead and trim this down closer, because there's definitely more than I need. I could trim it down quickly with a grinder. I could also just go forever with a file. I could cheat and use the bandsaw. However, I kind of want to take a break from that tool for a little bit. I'm having so much fun. This is my favorite part of building a guitar, is that neck shape. It's really relaxing. It's super slow the way that I do it, but I like that. There's a lot of different ways that this is called. Some people call it faceting, where you make a series of lines, do a 45 degree and then another degree and blend it together. I'm gonna have some fun with this. It's gonna look interesting with that color change there. Huh, I hope it feels good. We'll just sand it a lot, hope for the best. Now, if I was mass manufacturing these, there'd be a machine that would do this. But I build this for me, and I like the process the best. Taking it slow and seeing every step happen. You see how happy I look? That's pretty close. So you start to see that I do have a little bit of a high spot still in the middle. That leaves me room for sanding here. I am not quite to my depth, but that's all right. Over here on the 12, again, I still have a little bit of height in the middle, not quite at depth. I think this is probably good to start trying to blend these middle portions, and then I'll really start to bring it down perfect. That's just fun to do. Okay, I'll do number 6 by hand, get it down to my spot, and then maybe play with the angle grinder again, or switch over to my spoke shave and get that down closer. Doesn't really matter what tools you use as long as you get down to the size that you're hoping for, which in my case is a thin C. Will you look at that? That's pretty darn good. Just a little bit of height in the middle. That way I don't touch the middle yet. Darn, this thing's looking pretty snazzy. Time to blend the 1, 2 into 3 spots. Then we'll figure out the heel and the rest of the head. Liking this. Now, if you don't have an angle grinder, or any of these other ones, you could do the whole thing with a spoke shave. I think that's the right name. This is a 2-inch spoke shave that I should have spent more money on, and that's why it's probably not great. Every time I set it up, it works for a little and then it dulls pretty easily. But I mean, look, it has a heavy cast iron body and high carbon. This thing was $20. It's probably not that great, but you could slowly shave this all down and all that. But you know what I'm gonna do? Angle grinder.